It's creeping like back up, you know? And now it's sitting on my tongue and we're living together.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? For First We Feast, I'm Sean Evans, and you're watching Hot Ones. It's the show with hot questions and even hotter wings. And today we're joined by Adam Brody. He's an Emmy Award nominated actor, you know, from projects like The Kid Detective, Ready or Not, The OC, and many more. Earlier this year, he won a Critics' Choice Award for his role as Noah in the Netflix romantic comedy series Nobody Wants This, which returns for its much-anticipated second season on October 23rd. Adam Brody, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having me.
What's going through your head as you prepare to take on the Hot Ones gauntlet? Do you feel prepared for the moment?
Can I be honest? You ask such insightful and original questions that I'm equally as off-kilter about that, you know, as I am about
It's coming at you from all sides over here.
Yeah, so we'll see. A lot to take in. To my right, no soy sauce. Coffee date, all right. And this is the lowest level.
This is.
All right. It's already hot. I mean, like, you know, for the viewer at home, if you go and you order a spicy wing somewhere, this is about what you're gonna get.
Right.
So I assume everything after it is abnormal. All right. I'm not gonna touch the water, just milk when I do it.
So your connection with Kristen Bell is really at the heart of Nobody Wants This, and this is now the third time that you've played her love interest. You know, you have Some Girls, where she described you as an emotional terrorist, and then House of Lies. How do you think your dynamic has evolved on screen over the years? Like, does that kind of familiarity and practice give you more freedom as an actor?
Yeah, this might be irrelevant, but she wasn't pregnant, and then I worked with her very much pregnant on House of Lies, and so I've seen her, I guess, you know, go
through all these stages
through
life.
motherhood and stages, and I think there's a history of not just each other, but of us being in the business and in similar circles for as long as we have. But I will say so much of it is also the writing, because as good as our chemistry was in those earlier projects, you know, nobody was freaking out over it. You know, it's very much these characters on Nobody Wants This are very much set up to be rooted for, so. Crema matcha.
That's the one.
Okay, anything I should know?
The less you know, the better, I think.
Okay.
Bite first, ask questions later on this show. I understand that after leaving San Diego and moving to LA, you gave yourself a year to make it as an actor. Is there a failed pilot or a TV movie that when it was offered to you, reflecting back on that time, felt like the star vehicle or your big break?
Yes, 1,000,000% my big break was. I had a string of part-time jobs in Los Angeles for that year when I was 19. And then I celebrated my 20th birthday on the Paramount lot, as the lead of this TV movie about the making of Brady Bunch.
Growing up Brady.
And yeah, I mean, it'll never get bigger than that for me to this day. You know, all of a sudden, I got to quit my valet job and driving through the classic Paramount gates every day. So surreal and classic, and that to me is still and always will be my big break. Not that it changed anything or got me anything, except the ability to quit that job, but still, as an affirmation of I think I'm onto something, and also just an experience. You know, nothing would be comparable that I could even do today. I am avoiding the milk thus far. I don't know if it's not to be tough, it's more because I think it'll be more effective later. But I don't know if that's true. All right.
It's all right, we can just experiment here today.
This is your sriracha?
Mm-hmm. And I think maybe a little less intense than number 1 and number 2.
I think so too. At least it's not as front-loaded.
What stands out is like the most what in the hell moment you've ever felt thumbing through the pages of a script for the OC? Like, was there ever like a sudden tonal change or a melodramatic twist that was like tasered your brain?
It all makes sense in hindsight because we filmed so many So the first season we filmed like 28 or something. So, you know, that'd be 3 seasons or, you know,
today,
at least a solid 2
right.
on a streamer. So it makes sense that we burned through that much story. But I remember the middle of season 2, we got trapped in a mall overnight. And I was like, I think I saw this on Saved by the Bell. I think they also got trapped in a mall. And I don't like it. I remember Marissa, Misha Barton's mom, is dating my grandfather, or is engaged to him, and I'm like, that's a great actual plot, but it was like episode 15, maybe 18, in the mid-teens of the first season. You know, she had already, Tate Donovan and her had already split, and and I just thought, that's quick. That's a lot of story fast. But I do like that storyline a lot. It was funny, but I just thought, man, that's early. Trying to decide how do I want to attack this.
You know what? There's full coverage on that wing. It's tossed.
I know. So how do you toss it exactly? Do you dunk it in something?
Yeah. So it'll be in a bowl. So Dom, what she'll do is she'll have a couple bowls. So it's the sauce in the bowls, and then she's tossing.
Okay,
in the
so
sauce,
it is coated.
Full coverage.
Yeah, wow.
Full coverage. It gets kind of serious over here.
Yeah, fuck. Forgive me if you don't know the show.
Trust me, I know the show.
You know the show? All right.
I think it captured the zeitgeist in a unique way. And then, too, it is like a compelling soap opera, but at the same time did kind of set a standard for teen dramas that I think has lasted even long after the show stopped airing. Like, I still feel like I can see the OC DNA in like newer shows now. You know, I don't know.
I think 2 things, well, maybe 3 things are involved in that, and one of them I think is the most nostalgia-based, which is music. You know, I think for a teen show, it was the most music-centric.
Soundtracks are way better after.
Yeah, and I think that is, you know, music is such a lock into a memory, or unlocks a memory so much. And that's what I was struck by when I watched it again. I was like, oh, the music's doing so much work here in a great way, and is such a part of the tapestry of it. I guess the other 2 things I was gonna say was, I think in terms of like it being somewhat mold breaking, was the comedic, you know, infusion, and also certainly the meta infusion. You know, that more than anything hadn't really
self-awareness.
Like self-awareness had not been done in that kind of show before.
I think we unpackaged it.
Great. Thank you.
Together.
Okay. Where are you?
I think habanero sneaks in behind. Like, they're kind of habaneros walking behind the door of the chimichurri in this one.
That's
it kind
what
of
I think is
clears the
happening.
way for the
I'm
next
feeling
one.
a little more now. But regardless, the one before was more, so by comparison now, even though the other one hit me right away, so.
Is it true that you gave yourself whiplash headbanging as your drummer character Ichabod in the movie Yoga Hosers?
Yeah, you must have dug really deep. I don't know, or somebody did. Yeah, I mean, if you don't headbang regularly and you do it, especially over a certain age, you will be fucking sore the next day. Yeah.
Is it true that you also dislocated your shoulder rehearsing a fight sequence for the movie River Wild? And if so, is that the most bizarre, memorable injury you've ever had making a TV show or film?
It was a 20-year-old injury that I needed surgery on anyway. I had a torn labrum for 20 years. I did it literally. I'm so bad at, I'm more educated now, but I never used to work out like in terms of weights. And when I was 19, I was literally bench pressing the bar. And I just was like, I think I'll just rest like while it's up there and just like kind of lock my arms and just chill. And it like, anyway, popped out, and it came out like once a year for 20 years. And then it came out bad enough that I needed surgery. And it was I don't want to say it's a blessing in disguise, but you know, I needed to get it done. And so, yeah. Heat level 6 out of 10, it says. I took a big bite, accidentally.
It happens on the show. It started off on kind of an aggressive trajectory.
Yes, I would say that, and now
but
it's
I
kind
feel
of
like you've settled in.
You're
in a hot sauce flow state right now.
Yeah. So, I'm okay.
Is it at all satisfying for you to see a movie like Jennifer's Body, which was critically panned almost universally when it came out, have this sort of everlasting second life as a cult classic? Like, do you think that that was a movie that was ahead of its time?
Yes, I do. And I think it was ahead of its time. I think it might have not mattered, but I think it was positioned wrong at the time, you know? I think it was marketed like 180 degrees the wrong way, but regardless, that might not have made much difference. This thing that came back from the dead that people enjoyed, it's almost more satisfying than if it just comes out of the gate, you know?
Yeah, because you could be like, I knew all along, you know what I mean? Like all these other people are jumping on the bandwagon right now, but all along I knew I had something there.
I'm really happy with that. I mean, the truth of the matter is, I'm not in it all that much, so like it doesn't concern me as much as other people, but I think it's great, and I was a big fan then, and you know, I'm happy other people are now.
Can you pull back the curtain on your approach to portraying a death by slaying like you did in Scream 4? Like, are you practicing pain faces and last gasp death gurgles in the mirror, or is it more instinctual than that?
I think it's instinctual. I've died a few times. Scream is not my finest hour dying. I think if you, I don't specifically remember, but it looks to me like when I saw it that I'm laughing. I'm like, and it is cool that like Ghostface is gonna stab you. On one hand, I think it's instinctual in two ways. And it's instinctual in terms of you're gonna know, you know, you're just gonna go, this is how I would die or lose consciousness. And then also I think, you know, if you do it long enough, you know where the camera is and you can kind of visualize how this body language might, you know, project. And let me think about it a little like that too.
All right, well, you know what? You've survived so far.
Okay.
This is a Hawaiian hot tea over here.
I like the title and I like the picture. It's a ghost blowing fire. Hawaiian hot tea is POG. Now it's okay.
Yeah. My eyes start to water at this point. Yeah.
No. Now it's creeping like back up, you know, and now it's sitting on my tongue, and we're living together. Yeah, it's hot.
Forever part of you. Yeah.
But I don't hate it. It's
kind of it brings you alive a little bit.
I still enjoy it. I'm not, you know, I don't have to go somewhere else mentally. I can still.
You're present.
I can sit with it.
We're connected.
I can sit with it. It is fucking hot.
Yeah, it is. It is fucking hot. So I know that you grew up a San Diego beach bum and had dreams of opening a surf shop before you were bitten by the acting bug. Is there a book or film that you think best distills the experience of being a surfer? I did see a copy of Susan Casey's The Wave on a bookshelf behind you.
Oh, wow.
When you were doing an appearance on Podcrush.
Yeah, I never read that. I meant to, but I never made it. I shouldn't.
Be careful. Be careful.
In fact, wow, that's pretty saucy. Almost.
Yeah, you're living dangerously over here.
Freshie. Point Break.
Yep, classic.
You know, there's a kid in it that says surfing is the source, you know, and we're about that age, me and my friends are about that age, and just one-liners in it that made you jealous and want to be him and be there. And side note, but the Bones Brigade movie, Search for the Animal Chin, really cool. North Shore. I don't know if you're familiar with North Shore.
Put me on game.
Everyone. I mean, it was from 1987. It's probably, I'm sure the pitch was, it's Karate Kid on the North Shore with surfing. You know, I'm sure that was how they pitched it. Laird Hamilton is the Billy Zabka part. I've seen this movie more than any movie in my life.
Do you have a biggest surfing pet peeve? You know, between localism and lineup etiquette? It does seem like it's kind of a minefield for beginners.
Yeah, I think yellers, you know, I think localism. I mean, there's a certain pride in like knowing people in a lineup and in a parking lot and sort of earning a spot in that's nice. But I just think like when I see it a lot, people yelling at somebody who's in their way or didn't know, the best surfers never do that. It's the mediocre ones that think they're good and, you know, are out to teach a lesson, and it's not as peaceful a culture. There is that too, but it's not actually.
It's not as chill.
It's not as chill
as you would think.
Gotta be a little more chill. But you know, some people are, and it makes you appreciate them more. Now, is this a trick?
You watched some episodes. Yeah.
Okay.
You can't pull a fast one on you.
Did I take a big enough bite?
That satisfies.
All right. It tastes gross right away. It really does taste gross. And I appreciate that. Like, I'm not mad at that. The others have all been nice. This is...
Gross and then painful on top of that, you know? There's nothing really helping you out here.
No. But what does it taste like going down? Like, not going down, now it's just hot. But what did that first bite taste like? Was like...
Poison?
Yeah, it was just... It wasn't very food-based.
Yeah, like unlike anything you've ever eaten before.
Yeah, and this is super hot. My tongue is blistering, my throat is blistering. I'm all right.
So in a 2023 feature at the New York Times, you said that you could eat donuts every day, going on to say, I do enjoy this gourmet artisanal donut revolution that's been going on over the last decade. Can a fancy donut ever go too far, or is everything fair game in the donut revolution?
It's not a flavor thing that would go too far for me. It's more like when there's so much design and accoutrements on it that I think it's gonna taste like shit because of it, because it's like, you know, has a big 4-leaf clover and horseshoe on it or something, you know, and it's all that like fondant or whatever they use and is a cake. They're delicious and I don't get sick of them, and I appreciate the ones at the car dealer as much as, yeah, your newer artisanal ones. As long as it's there for a flavor reason and not a decorative reason, I'm game.
How do you spell donut?
I guess, why not go simpler and D-O-N-U-T, right?
That's how I do it.
Right?
You know?
Why add things? Why make it more complicated? I mean, those O's and U's and G, that's fun to write, I guess, and H's, like there are the more fun letters to write. Typing, I don't know. But yeah, let's keep it simple.
D-O-N-U-T.
Yeah, it's official.
Set it in stone.
Okay, great. I've actually calmed down. I'm back down the mountain a little bit. When I asked if it was a trick and the da bomb was the worst and you said it was that a trick and it's not the worst?
I guess you'll never know until you...
All right, karma sauce. Okay, I'll eat a whole bite. I'm gonna chew fast.
From working in the shirts and underwear department at Robinson May to valeting cars outside of the Beverly Hills Hotel, which pre-fame job do you remember more fondly reflecting back on those early and glorious days in LA?
The parking cars was fun, actually, because you got to run a little bit. I was at the Beverly Hills Hotel, which was, you know, a storied and iconic and pretty. I parked Charlton Heston's car, which, you know, was neat. I felt like I was getting closer to Hollywood, you know, in general, and there were a lot of actors, you know, working at the job, and so I liked that. In fact, when I had that Brady Bunch movie, I just didn't go back. I didn't have the job yet, but I was confident enough, even though I didn't get the job, that I didn't show up, you know, and then luckily I got the job. But,
so you never had to go back to valeting?
No.
Look at you now.
Yeah. This is an 11 out of 10. Come here, you fucker. Ooh. Put a lot. What are you doing? Oof. Oh, you put more, okay.
You know what, I messed that up.
You did?
That's the danger of going straight to the wing.
I mean, I want to shake some off, but I'm not going to because we've come this far. All right.
Let's go. There's something about this sequencing that kind of is catching me right now, but I'm gonna keep my feet, all right?
I'm proud of myself.
You should be.
I'm proud of myself.
You should be.
I don't know what would happen, but look at me.
Champion to the mountain peak. And to close things out.
Okay.
Yeah. You know, I love talking to actors whose movie journey kind of began working at Blockbuster. And this year alone, that company includes not only you, but also Owen Wilson.
Oh, great. What was so fun about that is I had just moved out and had roommates, and you could take, 10 movies home a day. Swingers at the time was on the new release wall. I liked it okay, it didn't resonate with me, and then I discovered it like 2 years later when I was living in Hollywood and not working and thinking like this is the pits, and it just made my life seem so glamorous, and it also like inspired me with the whole style of acting, and then, you know, like Doug Liman went on to direct the pilot of the OC, so I got to work with him, and
it all came full circle, but it all started on the floor of a Blockbuster.
I mean, it's still such a happy place. I know you want to tap it. I know, just tap it.
Bringing it full circle. Yeah. Look at you, Adam Brody, making it all the way to the end, and now there's nothing left to do but roll out the red carpet for you. This camera, this camera, this camera, let the people know what you have going on in your life.
I'm Adam Brody, and the second season of Nobody Wants This comes out in October, soon. October 23rd. I'm Adam Brody, the second season of Nobody Wants This comes out October 23rd.
What a pro.
Lovely. Thank you for your questions.
Yeah, of course, man. Like, but no, really, like when you're like, oh, do you know the OC? It's like, dude, that was like, you know, as like a child of the 90s, and I'm like from the Midwest, so I think there was like some sort of like SoCal romanticism or whatever that was happening at that time.
It's the Midwest, absolutely.
But that kind of like cultural penetration that your character had, like that doesn't even happen
Well, it's
anymore.
it's two things. It's either the California of it or the like, wait, are nerds cool? Like, you know?
Hot Ones fans, here it is, your season 28 lineup, including the final of our 3 hot sauces that we dropped to celebrate the 10-year anniversary, The Last Dab, Thermageddon. To get your hands on Thermageddon and the rest of the characters that make up our season 28 cast, visit hotones.com. That's hotones.com. Hotones.com will deliver it straight to your door in this box. Very convenient, very spicy. Please, 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 just be careful around the eyes.